Hi there, Taurus. Thank you for joining me for your October forecast. Over the last couple of years, it seemed to you that it's really been like trying to roll a boulder up the hill when it comes to your health, perhaps your work, or obligations and responsibilities have felt very, very leaden. And all this has at times definitely been quite an oppressive energy and force upon you. But when people write to me and they say, oh, Saturn's done this and Saturn's done that, what we all have to realise is that Saturn is active all of the time. Just when it moves, as it does this month, on the 6th and relocates in a new home, it doesn't mean to say it's a panacea for all our ailments or problems. It just means it's going to be directing its gaze or helping us to direct our gaze in a new part of our lives. But that full moon at the end of September was significant because it was alongside Uranus. And the suggestion to me is as you enter this month, you could have quite a surfeit of nervous energy and feel quite drained out and be wondering when things are ever going to move in your direction. Well, the great news actually kicks in for you from the 3rd because Venus, the planet of love and affection, moves into the most wondrous part of your horoscope. And this can give you, for the following 28 days, a huge burst of extra joie de vivre. It's going to make you feel more attractive, it's going to give you a lot more self-confidence, and it can do wonders for your love life too. Socially, creatively, all these sort of things can be bubbling away with Venus's help. Now on the 5th, Mercury, the planet of communication, moves out of a very brittle area that it was occupying, and it moves into your sector of relating. It gets easier to see other people's viewpoints if you give it a chance. It's not necessarily the case you're going to agree on everything, but it gets easier to agree to disagree, which is actually a pretty good place to be. However, we can't disguise the fact that Saturn is going to move on the 6th, and it moves into the same area as Mercury. Now, they're a few degrees apart, but I do think they're going to be influencing one another, and I think it's going to help you to think much more seriously about your relationships. Now, Saturn's new location here can work in lots of positive ways. Saturn can help you to think if you've been very much a footloose and free type of personality, can help you to think more seriously about settling down, the benefits that you can gain by linking with one person, reaching out, meeting in the middle, cooperation of all kinds, not just in an intimate romantic context. But if you are in a relationship where you don't necessarily find it easy, or perhaps through this last 2.5 years of duress that you feel that you've experienced, the other person doesn't seem to have been giving you the support that you feel that you deserve, you may be laying down a few ultimatums and letting them know that you're not prepared just to go along with this situation in the same old way. They need to take a bit more of the load as well, particularly domestically if you're in a settled relationship. And then Mars moves into an area that's really quite saucy, and if you're wanting to bring extra spice into your romantic situation, then in the following 6 weeks, then certainly Mars can make you more amorous, but it can also make you more feisty, particularly when it comes to shared resources and finances. So we're getting a bit of a picture emerging here, but that full moon at the end of September, I think it may not just have made you quite on edge and nervous, that the health issue that you may have had, even if it was a niggling one, really now you're being asked to take it on head first. Don't ignore it any longer. And it may mean getting a lot fitter, being a lot more disciplined about how you lead your life. It may mean being more direct with the people who make your life difficult, whether it's co-workers, a boss, a partner, or whatever else. Could even be the kids. But your tactics to achieve this don't have to be in any sort of one way. You can have a variety of approaches, and certainly week 2 of October can be very, very good for you, because this can be a time that you can find some very bright and positive ways to improve your situation. This could be through a better diet, as the Sun links with Jupiter. Jupiter is influencing the part of your situation which is to do with what you put in your body. And if you're eating too many sugars, drinking a bit too much wine, well, it's time perhaps to get more disciplined. At the middle of the month, you get another little bit of a nudge to continue to try to be virtuous. And then on the 23rd, the Sun moves into your 7th solar house and it joins up for about 4 days with Saturn again. And once more, the focus is back onto relationships. Now, this is going to be something that's going to go on for 2.5 years. So as I say, Saturn just puts its gaze into a new area. But hopefully, some of the things that were causing quite a lot of mischief at times over the last 2.5 years, you can start to resolve early this month. And that could mean a new job. It could mean feeling much fitter, much stronger, much more robust, because you've learnt the lessons of Saturn, you've worked harder at being more disciplined, and then you're ready to go on your next journey, which is really the discovery about relationships and what you need. And even if you think you know what you need at the moment, that is subject to change over the next 30 months. It's been a pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.